I watched the whole Duke game, and I watched them give up, a 14-3 run in the final 2 minutes of the game. It was just the most ridiculous collapse I've ever seen. But I did not realize that 7'2" Maluach had 0 rebounds in that game. 0. This is a player that I just like last week. I made a little clip video on how if you can't get number 1 in the draft, I would draft Maluach. 7'2", 250, athletic demon. But how in the world do you go into the national title game at 7'2" and don't grab a single rebound? Listen. Wait, let me get this.
Center, Kaman Maluach, averaged 8.7 points.
Hold on.
This man sold so hard. Duke starting center, Kaman Maluach, averaged 8.7 points and 6.8 rebounds during the regular season. The man is 7'2". He went up against Houston tonight in the Final Four, and Houston's biggest player is Juwan Roberts at 6'8". Maluach had 4 fouls, 1 block, and 0 rebounds. This kid played 21 minutes. He's 7'2", and he had 0 rebounds. And the 6'8" guy he went up against had 12 rebounds. He finished with 6 points, an assist, a block, 0 rebounds, and a -20 in a game Duke lost by 3. To be fair, Maluach had a great year for Duke, and he's a really good young player. But as someone who's under 6 feet, I'm personally insulted that someone 7'2" could have 0 rebounds in a basketball game.
Wow. I will say that makes him a Philadelphia 76er. If there's anything that makes you a Philadelphia 76er, it is being 7'2", finishing an entire game with 0 rebounds, and giving up a 14-3 run in the final 2 minutes and pulling off one of the biggest collapses anyone's ever seen. That was an epic 76ers style loss by the Duke Blue Devils, but Maluach specifically had the most 76ers center performance anyone could ever ask for. The Sixers can never rebound. They've never boxed out in the entire history of the franchise. And Maluach, man, he got manhandled in the game. He can't box out. That's why Houston won the game. Not just him specifically, but he was a big part of it. But Houston plays. They played a lot bigger than they are. Those dudes get low. They get a shoulder in your chest. They move you the fuck out of the paint. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you're 7'2" and that guy's 6'8". When the 6'8" guy has the fundamentals and just wants it more. Would I still draft Maluach? If the 76ers don't land the number 1 overall pick? Let's go to tankathon.com. Would I still draft Maluach? Yeah, I think I would. I think I would still draft him. Here's the mock right now. Wow, how far did he... Wait, where is he? No, he's still number 6. Maluach is still at number 6 on Tankathon's mock draft. Yeah, he's not even 19 years old. He's raw. He just played in the Olympics for South Sudan. And you don't know, I don't know anything about his upbringing or how he was coached as a teenager. I mean, he's still a teenager. So just off potential alone, dude, 7'2", 250 with the shot blocking instincts that he has. You teach him how to box out. That's what you do, right? You draft the kid and you teach him how to box out. Now, do we have any faith in the world that the Philadelphia 76ers can teach somebody how to box out? Probably not. But on paper, if you end up in the lottery at like 5 or 6, yeah, you still take Maluach and you fire everyone in the whole organization and bring in a whole new training staff and a whole new development team because the 76ers can't develop anybody ever, and you teach them how to box out. That's what you do, okay? You get them in the gym. You say, hey, bud, look, when the shot goes up, okay, find a man. All right, step number 1. I don't know how you made it this far without being able to box out, but when the shot goes up, find a man. Put your body on him, push him out of the lane, and get the damn rebound. It can't be that complicated. But if you watch the 76ers as much as we do, it seems complicated. The 70 ball watchers, that's what we are. Pause. Every time a shot goes up, everybody stands around and looks at it. Especially in the biggest parts of the game. Game 7, tie game under whatever, Sixers are not going to box out. Can we just fire Morey while Nico Harrison still has a job in Dallas? Can we justify firing Morey while Nico... That's actually hilarious, but too bad. 2 wrongs don't make a right, you know? Hitler and Stalin, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can fire Daryl Morey without it having anything to do with Nico Harrison in Dallas. 2 bad GMs. Now, Morey knows what he's doing a little bit more than Nico Harrison, or a lot more than Nico Harrison, you know what I mean? Nico Harrison just seems like he has no clue what he's doing, or he's not the one doing it. It almost seems like what the Sixers did a couple years ago, and then they blamed the whole thing on Elton Brand. You know, when they were doing stuff like drafting Mikal Bridges and trading him for Zaire Smith because he did a 360 dunk in a college game, and somebody thought he was the next Michael Jordan for some reason. Things like that, it felt like were done by owners, and there was rumors that owners had things to do with it, and then they blamed it all on Elton Brand, and that's why he still has a job, because they're like, listen, we're going to blame it on you. We're not going to fire you. We're going to blame it on you, and then we're going to just let you like hang out in the office for 10 more years, and you'll get your salary and whatever. That's what it feels like over in Dallas. It feels like owners are the ones doing this dumbass shit, and he's just the yes man. But no, you could still fire Daryl Morey. Daryl Morey is a better GM than Nico Harrison, but the big swings and misses that Daryl Morey's had here in Philly, it's done. It's over. I think it's been enough. You know what I mean? He's known as a guy that takes big swings. He's known as a guy that takes chances. They either hit or they don't hit. He's had many, many more misses than makes. He's had many more strikeouts than home runs. Daryl Morey has, you know. So no, you can still you can still fire Daryl Morey. Right now, Clippers, Denver, first round, bad matchup. Was that a bad matchup for the Clippers, you think? If they're healthy, I'm taking Clippers. I just said Denver a couple of weeks. I think last week I said Denver because of the run that Nikola Jokic was on. But if they don't get Jamal Murray back, I think I'm taking the Clippers, man.